Hi folks, Rick here. Welcome to my channel. Alright, just got done racing the NRA Amateur National XC Championship race. I still ain't figured out what the name of that thing is. Anyway, man, what a great day. Just, I cannonballed this thing. So I got up this morning about 2:30 and hit the road, and yeah, man, dragging here pretty bad. But man, it was a fun day. Track was in great shape. Must have got a little rain yesterday there, but man, it was just nice. Almost no dust. Inside the woods was good. Temperature was nice in the morning, but man, right as about the time the race start, it just cranked up the heat. Boy, it was hot and humid there inside the woods and everything like that. But had a great day. The track was in great shape. It was pretty rough track, I would say. It's kind of odd. It's rough, but it was still fairly fast. A lot of rocks in this particular track. And the woods are really dark in there, and then so you get the rocks, you have a hard time seeing there. Just very similar to the Road America track back in the woods there with the rocks. But overall, good day. Had no issues there. I'm racing a BC class, so I'm talking to a friend. He says they're scoring B and C separate, and then he asked the track official. He says, "Oh no, yeah, they are scoring them separate, but afterwards, I think they scored us all together." So I'm not sure if that's correct, not correct. I thought they were scoring us together, so I'm out there racing with a group of B people. But out of, I think there was 13 of us on the line, I got 6, which I'm super happy. I was really anticipating coming in last, but really had a good day. The first lap, they started us on the 4th row, and then they had the fast groups behind us. I'm not sure what the plan was with that, but that just caused me there to, have to pull over and let a bunch of people by all the time. But once I got that out of my hair, the first lap was a little slow. It was a little tricky. It was hard seeing. I'd never been here before, so first lap, I don't know what it was. I think I came through maybe 10th, and then I got on the gas. I really started feeling good on the second lap. I had a little bit of experience there after taking one lap, and so I just kept on it there. I think I was on the second lap, I think I got my way back up to 8th. On the third lap, I think I was up on 7th, and then I came across the finish line in 6th. So really happy about that. Bike ran good, had no issues all today. Only had, well, there's 2 slight bottlenecks. One I got around, one of them there, a guy we were down in this ditch, and it's got a bank on either side, and then there's one spot to get out, and it's pretty steep, and that person couldn't get out of the god darn thing, and just kept trying and wasn't going to let anybody else past him. So that was a little aggravating there, but that was only about a minute, and so that's really good on a race like this. I was glad there wasn't a lot of bottlenecks and stuff. So overall, great day. Hope you enjoy the video, and yeah, take care. Alright folks, so here we go. The Amateur National XC Championships, I think the official name. But we're getting ready to start. Temperature-wise, about an hour ago was good. Now it's just starting to bake. I'm starting to sweat, and then it gets really just a lot more hotter as you get in the woods. It gets real humid, but turned out to be a great day. I got up and got going about 2:30 in the morning to drive down here. I'm kind of cannonball it, so I'm a little bit beat, but doesn't really impact my race. Obviously here, once you get going here and I'm on the bike, I'm already jacked up, ready to go. So turned out to be a good race here. So we'll get rid of this group here. And they have us starting on the 4th row as well, but there's a lot of faster groups behind us. So that unfortunately held me up a little bit because, you know, I don't like to hold up the fast guys, so I let them go by. But that was kind of short-lived there. Well, do a little bit of the first lap here. You'll see a lot of letting people going by. But I'm on the row here. I'm racing with the BC groups. The majority of these guys are B group. It's just how it is. I knew that coming in, and so I was planning on coming last, but I actually ended up in 6th, so I'm just really happy over that. So I get an okay start. My starts have been sucking, and this one's kind of par for the course. So just check and make sure everything is clear. Everyone got a clean start. I didn't see any issues, which was nice. No real bottlenecks anywhere, so that was really good. Really not that much dust. You can see a little dust here, but it's really good. I think there's one other time here I get passed by a couple people and they kicked up some dust on a section, but yeah, not even, hate to even mention the word dusty. But you can see the ground here. It's fairly dark looking. It's got good moisture in it. So it was just, I think track conditions were really perfect there. In the woods, there is some slimy sections on there. You got to watch out there going around some of the corners. You'll go a little bit sideways on, but yeah, it's real nice. The terrain here is very varied. So we got a lot of woods, not a lot of field sections, but you can see a lot of here. So here's up and downhill sections. Really not a bad one. They have a lot of rocks, and then the track here has just got a lot of roots in it as well, so it's really bumpy. Not a ton of off-camber stuff, which I was happy with, so that helped out. It wasn't super tight. A couple of spots in there were tight, but on overall it was just a good track. It was a fairly fast track, but it was so darn bumpier. It just kind of balanced and stuff here. So this first lap between letting some of these faster guys go and, you know, not having raced it, you know, just not sure where to go. So it's going a little bit slower here this first lap, obviously. You know, in the woods it was dark. It was a little tough to see very far ahead, so that slowed me up a little bit. But once I got done with this first lap, you know, I was able to get on the gas again, so that was kind of nice. So here's a couple lines. You go over that hump there. I ended up taking this line here pretty much the whole time, although I don't think I went this far to the left. I was kind of doing this far just to let some people pass. But that was another group. I got a few more groups coming up behind me. They're just, again, they're all the fast groups. I don't know if we started in reverse order or what. You know, pretty much everybody's faster than I am, but I thought it was kind of weird they put the 40s up toward the front, and like Vet C was behind us. The 50 plus group, which is normally some of the fastest, they started the very back. So yeah, this is probably, I don't know, this is a little bit, this one actually wasn't a bad straightaway. You can kind of hang it out going around this corner. But we're back in the woods here again. A little bit of a downhill rocky section. You see it's really dark. It was a little mud. It's not muddy, it's just a little bit of wetness from the day before. So kind of a couple lines. I don't know if I was on this one or on the one to the left, but none of them were too bad. There wasn't really any spots you got stuck, although I made just a really dumb mistake here. Hopefully if I can see it beforehand, I'll point it out to you. But I got stuck one time. I was watching somebody else and wasn't watching right in front of me and caught a big old rut and just got hung up. And I wasn't going any speed. By the time I see it, I couldn't power through it, and it was just done for. So that was just stupidity on my part, but I got out of it. Thankfully there's a person there helping me out, but I'll try to point that out hopefully as we go. I got a couple more people here trying to get by. Again, it's this first lap with all these faster groups behind it. few people giving out a shout out as they go by, which is always cool. Yeah. So this is a little sharp downhill right there. Man, you got to watch out for that going there. But this is all downhill. Once you get by that, it's pretty much straight. But you go into a pretty, like a V-shaped ditch right here. So got to watch out you don't stuff the front end. But coming up here, this is a little bit rocky right here. It's hard to really see there, but a little rocky. Then we're out on just a quick pass here, and we're right back into the field again. Very little field sections. A little bit, you can see some of the tree roots and stuff on there. Just that, between the rocks and some of the tree roots, and there's just a lot of just ruts and stuff. Not so much that you're in them going long ways, but they're just going crossways, so it's really just bumps going through there. Kind of makes you slow. Again, as the laps went on, it started to pick up speed, and you just got pummeled with them. So the more confident I got, the faster I went, but the bumps were just terrible. Man, my arms and shoulders are just shot today. But just how it goes here. So I'm trying to get through this section. There, I got another fast group behind me, just easing through these trees here. Wait. That's alright. Quick dip through some water. Yeah, there's a little water on this section. It's kind of a mud hole. It's just like watered down mud. It's kind of weird. It was deep enough, but nothing you had to worry about. A couple more guys there. I think we might have one more group behind. It's a small group, if I'm not mistaken. Other than that, get the race here on my own. Don't have to worry about having to pull over for everybody. But a lot of this gets pretty fast. So a lot of this stuff here you can cruise again. It gets again. You can see my handlebars going up and down. There's a lot of these bigger, deeper ruts. But it was nice there. It looked like it might have rained a bunch yesterday, but on Saturday, but it must have missed a lot of it there because the bikes raced and was really worried there that we were going to have some massive, bike ruts, and those things are difficult to navigate when they're on, going down the center of some of these things here. Your front tires like to get stuck in them, man, it can cause you havoc. But there really wasn't any. There's a couple spots you can see there where some bikes were getting stuck, but yeah, it just, I think for track conditions, man, we just lucked out. So yeah, just rolling along here, trying to figure out where to go. Not sure how hard to get on stuff there, if there's going to be kickers or something else. There's not a long, you can't really look too far ahead of you. With the vegetation here, you just got short glimpses there. So it's, again, this first lap's here a little extra slow. It's a good one to make commentary on because you can really see everything. And back into the woods. Yeah, there's one spot in here. There's like you're up close to some bushes, and whatever those bushes were, one of them has a ton of thorns. Every time you go by there, just grab your arm. I was only in one spot though, so I'm not sure what the deal was. A little downhill here. Again, going around the corner. Yeah, now we're on a pretty good uphill here. A little rocky. Kind of got to watch where you're going here. It's not too bad. You can get a little bit of speed here, but it gets really bumpy going up. Then a little bit of a twist here into this section, and you're making a left. I keep wanting to go to the right. I think they've done a really good job of marking this course. This is an off-road park, so you never know with them. You can see trails going off all the way. So racing on some place like that with a lot of trails, if they don't mark them very well, it's very easy to get lost here or take a wrong turn. But they've really done a great job. A lot of tape. You can see a lot of tape marking off those trails there. If you look, going off, really good marking. So I never had any issues. Never seen anybody else have any issues either. So that's really good. So this is probably one of the more tighter sections here, and it's really not too bad. But most of the time here, I think we're actually heading downhill here. Most of the time you're either on a hill that we're going down or up, but it's not on the side, thankfully, or at least, you know, nothing to complain about. Yeah, so a lot of rocks right here. You can see some of those big ones up here. Again, you just got to watch out, stay on the gas. A lot of times you got to lean back and try it. Yeah, so this whole section here is really rocky. You can see here, and it's just trying to avoid them. Trying to, you know, keep weight off the front end there so you don't hit something or hit the bottom. There's a few scrapers here where you're hitting the skid plate and stuff, but nothing too super bad, at least from memory. Could change my mind. You never know. But you can see some of the, you know, a little bit of, that's really from yesterday's mud. There's really no spot here where it's like mud where you got to really get on the gas. It's actually really good. But another tight section here. You can see the ground's really dark, but it's actually, you know, kind of dark here on film. It's really not much sunlight coming through in this section. But it's just this particular spot's pretty slow. It's just a lot of cross ruts and stuff like that, and rocks underneath them. See here, we're in a real big rocky section, just trying to get through. Then we're on some roots, but not too bad. So this here was a pretty big dip you had to get through. Just a slow spot. It wasn't anything to get stuck on. So I think those red things over there must have been some kids. I thought somebody was coming up behind me, and I was looking all over there because I was going to pull over for them, but I never see anybody. And just looking on the video just now, I seen those kids were over there. They must have been giving me a shout out there. So yeah, but I thought someone was coming up behind. Yeah, it's nice there. Appreciate everybody gives me a shout out in the woods there. It's always a lot of fun. It's always encouraging. Gives you a little extra energy to do something stupid and give it on the gas more, but it's always a lot of fun. I got one of the course workers here. I got stuck on lap 2 and got stuck behind somebody that wasn't going to let me by, and the course worker come up and started chatting with me, so that was a lot of fun. But getting through here, again, just trying to pick your way through. It's a little tight, a little rocky, a lot of roots and stuff like that. And again, just going a little extra slow here, is not sure where I'm going. We're on a downhill here. Again, I think the majority of the time we're either going up or down, but they're all pretty nice. Just trying to pick the ways. There's a couple lines I took that probably weren't the best. They weren't bad lines, but they weren't the faster lines. It was on a couple of the downhills. I only see one line on this one. Bit of a drop off here. A couple of these little creek beds. This is probably the easier one there. A lot of rocks in them, but not all that bad. You can see it wasn't too bad. This is the good section here. You can get some pretty decent speed going through here. I'm not positive. That might have been that. See that little thing that was sticking out there? That might have been that sticker bush. And back into a real dark section here again. Rocks down this riverbed there, a couple of big ones. You can see some scrapes on these ones here. There, I hit that one. But it really wasn't too bad. You just had to pick your lines. Again, you don't really see a lot of the rocks. You're just on top of them there. But there's a couple of big ones. Here comes one there. You just got to avoid them or run them over with one side of your tires. Not drastic. I don't mind those types. It's rough on you. But I hate these ones here where you're just dragging the bottom the whole time. This one, as long as you're careful there, you can get through it okay. A little crossways log there, just to give you something to do. And back downhill again here a little bit. Quick spot. Now I think we're on the, I don't know where this is at here. Yeah, you're in all sorts of different directions on this track. I have no clue where I'm at. Yeah, so these are like our fields. So there's kind of a jump. I should have went to the left. It's a jump, but you could roll the thing, and I just didn't notice there, and it saves you a little bit, because if you roll that jump, it's just, you can just get onto the gas and go straight. I didn't know, it took me a couple laps to figure out, right here is where it connects. I didn't know the people that were taking the jump got to go straight through, otherwise I would have just done it. I don't know, I just don't, not too much of a jumper, and it gets hard on you, so I didn't know you could roll that one till really after the race, and it didn't really cost me, it didn't impact it. I don't think it would have added to anything if I did take it anyway there, but I should have on this particular one. You know, I got a chance to walk the course, which I never do. You know, I could have seen that thing, but there's another one. It doesn't actually show up. We missed it on first lap. It'll show up on second. It's a downhill rock jump, and you're going downhill, and if you just continue to go downhill, you go off it, but it's really slippery, and you're in the middle of a right turn. I never took that one either. Well, I should, on the first time I went through it, if you continue watching here, I almost took it, because you're going downhill, and all of a sudden there it is, and you don't, then all of a sudden you see the line to go to the bypass, but it's hard on the brakes there. So right here, this is it. I just got busy, just kind of like I was busy talking, I was busy watching, and I got stuck on these things. Man, I felt stupid. Thank God for these two guys here. Thank you so much if you're watching there. That was a lifesaver. But I was watching there, other things other than what the hell I was doing. I drove right into that thing, and by the time I seen it, I couldn't even get out of the thing. So that was just stupid. So here's a section right here. You got one guy trying to go to the bypass, and you got one guy up here. This is the way out. It's a straight up bank, but you can see it's not too hard. But I think it's the second lap. Somebody got stuck right in the middle, and then they would back up just a little bit, not enough for me to go past them. Then they would try it again, and then they get stuck and back down. It's just like, man, if you can't make it, that's no problem. Back up. If there's people waiting for you, let them go by, then give it a shot. Nothing else. Watch how they do it. But it only cost me a minute. It's not a big deal. But it was something there. But yeah, that was a no problem there. But it was a sharp bank. It did. Again, the second lap, there's a couple people I seen there having problems. One guy was holding me up there. Subsequent laps, I don't remember if I seen more, but it gave people fits there. So here's kind of a deep sandy section. Not really sure. Dragging the bottom a little bit there, but you got to keep your speed up on it. It got deeper as the day went, but nothing big there. It was all just kind of gravelly sand. Yeah, some more rocks here, a couple of tree roots, a little tricky section here. You just had to make sure you're prone to pulling a wheelie and you would go off to the right end of that tree, but just gotta watch what you're doing on that one. Yeah, we really lucked out with the weather today. I tell you, by the time I got done, it was 2 hours and 30 minutes is what I raced on. It was a 2-hour race, and I think I went through the finish line there right after the, shortly after the, or right before the number one guy, so they let me go on another lap. Yeah, trying to decide what line. I think I took this line here, maybe the first lap. Oh, definitely the first lap because I just took it. But maybe the second lap, then for whatever other reason there, I went to the other side. There's a little bit of a drop off, but outside of that, it's a straight shot. So I'm not sure which one's faster. It just, for some reason there on the after laps, I come around that corner differently and took the other route. Most of the time I tend, so here's the water section I think here. So it's really rocky right here. There's no water right here, but it's gonna come up. So you really gotta watch out here. Again, there's some big rocks, trying to figure out where they're at, where a smooth line is, but then also how to avoid the real big rocks. And right underneath this bridge coming up here is a sinkhole. It's pretty darn deep, but it's not even water, it's like thick mud. So we're out of here, and then this is a mud bank. So I went around and kind of came up right here to the left of this tree, and that go around sucked. I think I took that once or twice, seeing if that was going to be better, but at the last lap, I just ended up going up the route I did, which is, it looks to be the worst, but I never had any problems with it. I don't know, again, I tried to bypass it, and that bypass sucked. Yeah, I had a stall out here. I keep hitting the brake while I'm on the gas at the same time there, trying to get the hang of putting my right foot off to the right. I can't feel that I'm on the brake, and I keep stalling it. It's not the first time. You can look down there, my bumper has all got nasty yellow mud on that darn thing. Letting somebody out here. I think that's one of those guys that was stuck back in that ditch way back there. Coming up behind me. So a little bit of an uphill section here again. Just going up. It's kind of rough. Just trying to pick my way through it. You can hear the bike here is just kind of idling along. Yeah, it's all uphill, but it's pretty good. You can get a little bit more speed on there once I figured it out. But there are some, like these bump sections right here, you got to go kind of slow on. Yeah, this whole property was really nice. This weekend, there was like 10 things that were just working against me this weekend, and I just couldn't get it. I mean, this would have been perfect to come up Thursday night. They had actual campsites with electric and water. You could have pulled the trailer in, got there Thursday, had all day Saturday or Friday and Saturday to scope out the track, relax, camp, do some, grill some steaks, and race Sunday and come home. It would have just been perfect, but it just wasn't going to happen. And it wasn't any one thing. There was like 10 things preventing me from doing this. And again, I left out there. I got up about 2:30 and just got on the road. That's how it went. Still fun though, but it's nice to take advantage of some camping when you get it, and I just missed it this weekend. But the property was really fantastic. It'd be nice there to hopefully one of the series. So Crossroads series was, I don't know if they're officially on this one there, but all the announcers and a lot of the track crew, and obviously a lot of the qualifiers, the Crossroad team is. Hopefully they pick this up as a track. It'd be nice to come out here and race this one again. I think this one was a GNCC limestone. If you Google that up, I think that's this track as well. They haven't raced there in a few years. I think 15 or 16 or something like that might have been the last time. Yeah, just kind of cruising through here. It's kind of a rough section. Trying to figure out where to go. This had a couple spots in here. You can kind of get an idea of it, but it's really light in some sections and it goes into really dark. And man, those transitions are just tough to see sometimes. So here's a tough spot. That's like a tight spot right there. You had a big fallen over tree and another tree. To the right there's a little bit of go around, but honestly that go around sucked. So that's just, you're better off just going slow and getting through that tight spot than you are going around. Yeah, a real rough section right here. Yeah, a few of these little crossings like that where you got a quick spot, that was probably the best. The other ones have got a huge dip, like where there's a trail going across ways and it's like a foot or two, you know, lower than the rest, so you can't really hit that thing very hard. Again, not too many, you know, really wide open spots. There's a spot where we run along the campers there where you can get some speed. There are a couple of little oddball spots you got to watch out for, but at least you can get into fourth gear. But the overall track in here, again, once I get past this lap, you know, it's not too bad. There's a lot of second, you know, you're in obviously second most of the time here, but you're in second high gear and a lot of third gear going through this stuff at least, and it's a lot of fun. A lot of times I think in here, just remember, you know, when I get into future laps, it's also a lot of, although you may get third gear, then you're on the brakes hard because there's a massive dip. Then you're back into third gear, then on the brakes hard again. But overall, I would, you know, classify it again as it's a fast track, although it's really rough. You just you know, either take it or just get on the gas, let your suspension work, but it just beats you to death. So that section was a little tricky section here. Here's just a quick spot you got to get some speed because there's a ditch on the left and it was off camber. Never had an issue. You're going uphill and just stay on the gas and you just went right around that section. So here we are now. We went up the hill. Now we're heading back down this thing. But most of the downhill is pretty good. There's one section there that has I should have went to the left on that one. It's not a big deal. It's just more of a straighter shot. There's one downhill that's got like a pretty deep ditch on the yeah. So so that section right there, there's a drop off. I should have went to the left farther because I actually hit my skid plate there trying to drop off. It just was literally a drop off. But now I'm hanging to the left to stay out of the mud. But there's one downhill that has a ditch to the left, and it's not even that bad. You just got to kind of be careful of the thing here. So here there's a big ditch in the middle, I think, where the bikes might have been getting stuck on there. So you're just navigating from one side to the other. And we're going back uphill here. But yeah, most of the downhills are pretty good. You can pretty much click along pretty darn fast. Bit of a log there to get over, something to shake the mud off you. You can see a lot of the roots going across there. Now we're just going on a big uphill here again, just trying to stay even on the gas. Dip to go through. Yep, now we're back down again. Yeah, really fun track. If you guys didn't make the nationals there, really give it a shot. You know,
it's not tied to a series. It's a one-off race. It's not a points race, obviously, because it's not for series there. But you know, it could be a long drive. Surprisingly, a lot of the people that took, like, I think if you look at even the top 10 people or the top 20 people there, the majority of them are out of state, out of Indiana. A lot of Ohio, some West Virginia. I've seen some New York folks there. So it's always sucks to have to drive. I had a heck of a long drive. Yeah, that was a kind of a bum section right there. But I don't know where they're going to have it next year, but it's always worth going to. They surprisingly, you know, for a one-off event like that, it really wasn't bad. You know, these things can be dicey. You know, a lot of sandbagger, but all the people that I seen and know and raced with, everybody was in the right class. I didn't see A-class people all of a sudden sandbagging and getting in or nothing like that. No course cutting that I seen or anything, which has a big potential. So it was a really well-run race, I thought. My hats off to everybody there. It's pretty good. The only I don't understand why though. On my one class, they decided to combine B and C. No one else did that. Like they got a 30A, you know, a 30C and a 30B separate class. In like the, you know, a 20C and a 20B, but for whatever in the 40 they combined us. So, but again, that's how it goes. I knew that when I qualified. So nothing to complain about there. It's just I don't have any chance. I don't have a chance most races anyway because I'm slow, but I darn sure don't have a chance racing with B group. But again, there, I think there again 13 or 14 people. I ended up in 6th, so I am really happy over that. Yeah, so here, just trying to figure out what that guy's doing. This is a little rough spot, and I think I'm going down the line. That other person was. I think he pulled his bike over there. So yeah, hit that brake again. I think there's someone behind me now, just trying to find a spot here to pull off to the side. I think. Yeah, definitely someone behind me. Yeah, you can see that guy's back in there, slide out a little bit there. It's a little greasy in spots, but not too bad. That's why I just, a lot of these ones, a lot of these uphills are a little greasy there. I just, in some of the corners in the woods are greasy. I stay very consistent on the throttle. Oh, so this is a good hill here. It's just rough as nails, but if you stay off to this side, other than being rough, it's you know, third gear wide open. So right, I'm in third gear, but you know, I'm obviously not wide open. But the next laps there, man, you can just get on it there. It's probably shouldn't. Yeah, this is the one with the rut. This is probably one of the slower downhills, and it's just for a short section here. I think not too bad. Then just make sure you get around this little corner. But yeah, I probably shouldn't took the hill as fast as I did on some of these other laps, because it just take a second, man, you'd be off in the bushes pretty fast. But I like getting on the gas and getting some speed, and that was a good section there. I was able to manage it, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah, as you can see, it's kind of difficult to see in the video. There's a massive rock. Yeah, it's difficult to see in this video, so you can imagine what it's like on the bike, but just a lot of really dark and really light sections on this one. This is obviously one of the real darker ones, and the light flickering on you. Yeah, it just made it tough to see in some areas, especially not knowing where you're going. Once you get by a lap, some of the stuff you know, you can just, you know, even if you don't see it, you know it's safe to stay on the gas, and once you transition from the light to the dark spot, it's not so bad. You can see a lot of flickering in here. Just makes it a little difficult. shiny stuff there, obviously really slick. Back uphill here again, just staying consistent on the throttle. And something there I had the luxury of doing on this bike. It's got so much torque, and with the Recluse there, you can just set the throttle, and it's almost like cruise control. You ain't got to worry about dying out on you or slowing down, because it just goes. So here a lot of times it just sounds like I'm out driving a tractor. I kind of use it to my advantage when I can. On the muddy days and when it's really slick, is really when the Recluse comes into play, so I try to take advantage of it. A little uphill again, a lot of rocks right here in this section. Just trying to pick my way through. Really bad root section. Is this the Pro Hill section? I think this might, yeah, so this is real rocky. So there's a Pro Hill. I didn't take it. It looked like there was a rock ledge. I should have just hit the darn thing. But I don't know. I went around here. This isn't so bad. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going here. But this is a go around. So once you get by this corner, it's third gear up this hill here as fast as you can go. It's a nice, I don't know if it really costed me anything. I probably should have just took the hill. The hill, I don't know. I haven't heard of it. Didn't get a chance to talk with anybody to see how it went there, but when I first glanced at it, it didn't look all that bad. They were saying there it was causing the bike riders a ton of fits. And they said before this race it's going to be a tough one for us. So it didn't look bad, but I didn't take the darn thing. I just skipped it. Again, I don't think it's costing me anything. So now we're coming up. I think we're coming up close to the end. We're going to be in and out here a little bit. So here's a little section here. Again, you can get a little speed more than I was getting. But yeah, I think we're coming up close to the finish line here. I think we're in and out of the woods here potentially a little bit. Just trying to figure out where the heck I'm going. Yeah, so this turns out to be a pretty fast section here. You can rip along pretty well once you know where you're going. A little rough patch right here, unfortunately. Yeah, this is kind of the psych out. Kept thinking I was at the finish line, but we're back in the woods here. But yeah, it's just going to be a quick in and out, and I'm through the finish line. So yeah, man, missed a good time. Awesome day. I had a great ride today. I had no issues again. Absolutely beat to death after the race. But yeah, hang out and watch another lap. It'll be a little bit more faster, I think.
128. 128.
Yeah, 128 today. So I think it's probably my 6th or 7th number I got this year. But yeah, that's it. Take care. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave as many comments as you want. And yeah, take care, and we'll yak at you.
128, 128.